Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really means the world to me. So in today's video, I wanted to show you three of the oldest bag styles that I have in my collection, but surprisingly, I still use these handbags a lot, and I'm going to explain why. And similarly, I also wanted to show you two more bag styles that are also kind of old, but I just don't find myself using those bags very often. And I'm also going to explain why. So in case you are considering any of these handbags, I hope you will find my thoughts useful. And as per usual, all the links to these handbags, if I can still find them online, are going to be in the description box down below. But for now, let's get started. So let's start with this Gucci belt bag. I really feel like my version is quite old. The bags that I see on the Gucci website right now are quite different, or a little bit different. Instead of this lion head right here, they actually have the GG logo, which I like a little bit less. I think this bag right here has a more interesting and vintage vibe. So when I bought this bag, it actually cost me less than 1,000 US dollars, which is kind of unbelievable in a way because right now I think these bags retail for about 1,200 US dollars. And in some ways, I do think that a belt bag like this is just a little bit outdated. Like the fashionistas and the fashionable girls on Instagram just do not wear bags like this anymore. But for me, this bag is very practical and very useful for two reasons. I take it with me on a days when I do not need to carry much, but I know I'm going to be moving around and I need to be hands free. So I basically carry this bag right here, kind of in front of me on my chest, and it is very easy to get in and out of. And I would usually just take maybe a card holder, a lip gloss, maybe a mirror, and that's about it. So this is such an easy bag if you just need to get up and go and run some errands. And the second instance when I use this handbag is when I go traveling. And the reason is basically similar. Once again, I can just kind of carry this handbag right here. I can put a card holder, my passport, a lip gloss, maybe a couple of other small things, and I'm basically ready to go through the airport. I also like to use this bag when I go on road trips, for example, because I find it just very convenient. The canvas itself is actually very robust, and I like that a lot. I'm not really sure about Gucci canvas, and I do not know if the quality has changed over the years or not, but I feel like this canvas right here is very sturdy, and you can basically run over this bag with a car. And another thing that I really like is the closure right here, which is actually just a magnetic closure, but it is also very, very strong. Like it's not going to come undone by itself. And actually just listen to the sound if you can. You can just hear how loud the magnetic closure is because when this bag closes, it really closes for real. Now, previously on my channel, I talked about the fact that I do not really like monogram bags that much. And this is really one of the few monogram bags that I have. Actually, thinking right now, yes, I do have three monogram bags, two from Fendi and this one right here from Gucci. But, when done in moderation, I really feel like monogram can be okay. When I style this bag, I do try to be a little bit careful. I try not to style it with obviously like other monogram or other kind of obviously designer items. I might actually wear it with my Gucci sneakers, arguably also very outdated Gucci sneakers. I'll put the picture on the screen. But, other than that, I usually would not wear any other designer items. And I would often style this bag with something brown or a denim, maybe for a day out. So I do find it, let's say, manageable when it comes to styling it. And honestly, given just how old this bag style and bag design is, I'm kind of surprised that I still use it so much. And really the reason that I use it so much is because I find this bag to be just so incredibly functional, and I'm really grateful for that. And by the way, my name is Lisa, and I'm your guide to savvy luxury shopping no matter where in the world you are. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about strategic luxury shopping with the emphasis on quality and timelessness of your items. So the second handbag I want to show you today is this Falabella bag from Stella McCartney. Now, this one kind of surprises me. Going back to the story I always tell, I used to be vegan, and when I was vegan, I would actually buy a lot of Stella McCartney bags because she's one of those designers who do not use any leather in their pieces. And I would say that when it comes to luxury fashion, Stella McCartney is pretty much the only designer who actually makes vegan bags. So for years, I would rely on handbags from Stella McCartney. But when I stopped being vegan, I started buying a lot of other handbags. And, with time, I basically stopped using my Stella McCartney bags as frequently. But this bag right here actually surprised me. I kind of find myself reaching for this bag more often than I thought I would. And I think sometimes I reach for this Falabella bag when I just kind of feel so tired of everything else that I have in my collection. And I do not have like a huge collection of bags by any means. So when I really get tired of all of those bags, I start looking at some older bags. And this Stella McCartney Falabella bag kind of stands out to me. And I think the reason it stands out is because it is this, fake kind of python, fake leather. And I feel like this particular animal print, the python print, has been really trending, at least this season for sure. And generally speaking, when it comes to animal print, I feel like it is always relevant and you can always incorporate it into your wardrobe. So because of this, I find this bag easy to style. Like I feel like it would go very well with what I'm wearing right now, which is basically kind of an off-white top and a pair of black trousers. I also like how this bag looks with black and gray colors, so it kind of works very well with my wardrobe. And another notion is that even though this bag is just kind of a little bit shapeless, you can fit so many different things in here. So if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going to need a lot of different things, so if I want to carry my entire wallet, maybe my Kindle, a pair of sunglasses, couple of toiletries, I do not know what else, this is really a perfect bag to have. It is shapeless, it is a tote, so it can fit quite a few different things. And by the way, given that, this season we are really into shapeless bags, I feel like this bag looks more and more relevant. I also like carrying it kind of like this. I'm going to maybe include some pictures or some videos to show you. And I feel that this way of carrying a bag is just a more contemporary, up-to-date way of carrying your shapeless hobo style tote bag or something like this. So in that sense, I also feel like I can be kind of creative with this bag and make sure that the way that I'm using it and carrying it is actually adapted to, I do not know, the current fashion or the current style. And I will admit that after carrying this bag for some time, I do get a little bit tired of it, simply because I have had it for so many years. If I'm not wrong, I probably bought it in 2016, which really makes it one of the oldest bags in my collection. So after I carry it for a day or 2 or 3 days, I kind of do set it aside because once again, I become a little bit tired of it and I pick something else from my collection. But I am still genuinely surprised at just how much use I'm getting out of this bag. Considering that I'm not vegan anymore and I carry a lot of different leather bags now, I still reach for this Stella McCartney bag quite often. And I think the reason is twofold. First of all, it is the Python print. It is kind of easy to style, it is on trend right now, and animal print is always relevant. And the second reason is just the shape of the bag. It is a timeless tote bag shape that, once again, also never really goes out of style. It might become a little bit less relevant when we wear structured bags or smaller bags, but by far and large, there is never anything wrong with carrying a tote. Anyway, I am really happy that I got this bag. And as I mentioned, I bought it so many years ago in Atlanta, Saks Fifth Avenue. And I'm really happy that I am still using this bag so much. So the third bag is probably not surprising, especially if you have been watching my channel, but I repeatedly reach for this Antigona bag from Givenchy. Now, you can come for me and you can tell me that this bag is out of style. And that's totally fine. It might be out of style, but listen, I think this is such a good looking, practical, and sturdy bag that has this kind of amazing classic shape, or at least I think that this is a classic shape. Therefore, I don't really care that this is not an it bag anymore. And I'm not sure whether it was actually ever an it bag. But I think, especially maybe if you're considering one of your first luxury bag purchases, I think this is a great bag to have. I carry it a lot with me on days when, once again, I need to have a little bit more stuff with me. The inside of the bag is made out of fabric, so it is not particularly luxurious, but this is just such a sturdy and robust bag. And I do not really care about this bag as much, simply because of the price point. It is just not as expensive as some other bags that I have in my collection. But I still find that this bag is very difficult to damage. And looking at it now, I think it looks almost pristine. Now, I did scratch the handles just a little bit, and for this reason, I actually bought these two twillies from Hermes to just kind of dress up this bag a little. And I like how this pink goes together with this sort of off-white, I don't know, beige ecru color. And also, I just like having the twillies because they add a little bit of personality to my handbags. And once again, easy to style, nice, easy color. And by the way, I actually use my beige and kind of white light bags or colorful bags more often than I use my black bags. I think I'm just a little bit tired of constantly styling black bags. So this right here, I feel like when I do not know which bag to carry, and it is just like a regular day and I just need to go somewhere to the shopping mall or maybe the bank, this is the bag that I would usually reach for. And once again, I got it probably not too long ago as compared to the other two bags that I just showed, but I got it after Givenchy Antigona was incredibly popular. And I still see a lot of these bags online and in the stores, and a lot of them go on sale at the end of the season. And I do not think there is anything wrong with that. So honestly, I would definitely repurchase this bag again. I do not see myself buying another Antigona because, I mean, like one is enough, and I do not care really about the other sizes. Some of the smaller sizes do look cute, but I just do not think I would find them as practical. But for the one Antigona that I have, this is a great bag, and it has been a great everyday bag for me. Now, let's talk about the two bags that I just do not use as much. And the first one right here is the Chloé Marcie bag. Look, I do not even know what to say. I still like how this bag looks. I think this is something of a timeless design, and obviously Chloe, under the new creative director, is really popular right now. So I feel like, especially this season, I could actually wear this bag a lot. And I like the leather. The leather feels really soft and really pleasant, and I do not have anything against this bag, except for the fact that I actually do not use it pretty much at all. I don't remember the last time when I used this bag. Yes, it is so bad. The bag is small, but it still kind of fits all of the essentials. The zipper is actually easy to manipulate, but I think the problem is that I do find it a little bit difficult to style this bag. It's not the color, I think it is the style itself. So perhaps I should actually do a little challenge and kind of challenge myself to style and wear this bag. I'm sure I have pieces in my wardrobe that would go with this handbag quite well. But I just think that maybe I find it a little bit more difficult to style this bag as opposed to all the other bags that I have, and therefore I do not use it as much. I also kind of feel that this particular leather and this particular sort of brown color is more suitable for the fall. This is just me because in some way I feel like this is a neutral color, but I feel like I would be more comfortable wearing this bag in the fall And therefore, right now, at the end of winter, in springtime, I don't really use this bag as much. I prefer other colors, maybe slightly lighter colors in my wardrobe, and also when it comes to my accessories. Anyway, I still like the bag itself. I'm still happy that I actually have it. I look at some of these pieces as part of my unique collection, but I really do not reach for this bag very often, or I actually do not reach for this bag at all nowadays. And the second bag that I stopped wearing maybe could be a surprise for some of you, but I rarely reach for this Saint Laurent Lulu bag. But for this one, I know the reasons. First of all, I think I'm just really tired of this logo. I am so tired of this logo because we see it so much everywhere. So many people have these bags. So many people have those Saint Laurent shoes, with the heel that is like YSL, and I feel like I am seeing this logo everywhere. And especially when it comes to this size of the logo, nowadays it is just a little bit too much for me. I really feel like this bag is really just the brand advertising. Maybe I would feel better if this was black on black, the logo would be a bit less noticeable. I do have a puffer pouch upstairs, and I wear it more often partially because the logo on that pouch is actually much smaller. So I personally feel like it is a bit less noticeable. But this logo right here nowadays is a bit too much for me. And the second reason is something that I mentioned a couple of times. I'm just tired of styling black bags and black belts and black shoes because I feel like I have been doing it for so many years. The default has always been a black bag or a black belt, black accessories. And nowadays, I actually find it more interesting, or I think it makes my outfits look more interesting if I have colorful bags or maybe neutral bags that are light, like off-white and beige. I don't know. But I'm just not into black handbags these days. And so, for those two reasons, I really do not use this Lulu bag as often. Now, when I bought it, it was still a bit cheaper, I think, than the prices are right now. I'm actually really not sure because also recently Saint Laurent dropped their prices for some handbags as well. But again, just as with everything else, I'm happy I have it in my collection. This is the only Lulu handbag that I have in my collection, and I'm satisfied with it. I'm sure that maybe a couple of years down the road, I am going to use this bag more. And actually, a couple of years ago, I also used this bag a lot because at that stage, it was still a bit new to me and I did not mind black accessories. But when I look at it now, I really do not mind the bag itself. I just feel like this bag, this logo have been overdone, and I'm also personally a little bit done with carrying black handbags all the time. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy another black handbag. I'm just saying that for now at least, I'm a little bit tired of wearing and styling them. All right, that's it from me today. Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Were you surprised by any of the handbags that I featured today? And before you go, please watch another savvy luxury video right here. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and bye-bye.